Hi, this is Val Guillaume. I'm standing in front of the Landlord and Tenant Board, as you can see here. There's a lot of corruption that goes on in this place. I had a hearing last week, and the matter was dismissed at the preliminary stage, res judicata. And the member, McMaster, apparently the board wants to assist the landlord. So even though the matter was dismissed at the preliminary stage, because what she was doing was she was seeking a second order for a matter that was already heard and an order issued on March 25th. So she's seeking a second order. At the hearing on June 5th, I presented my case before the member at the preliminary stage, and he did not proceed further with it. He told the landlord, you need to file a new application. I can't make a second order for something that was already done. And even spoke to her counsel and told her that you should know better, that this is a res judicata matter. But apparently there's corruption going on at the board, because they want to they have the file still open, saying that the member has 30 days to make a decision on the matter. Well, the member did. So apparently they claim that they have the tape available in regards to that hearing on June 5th. The member is McMaster, and they are pro-landlord at this place, and they're against tenants. So he now has the file open as if he wants to go and reverse his decision, which he cannot do, because it's a res judicata matter. Okay, I presented the evidence at the board on June 5th to show that it's a res judicata matter. He himself realized that it's a res judicata matter. Told the landlord that he cannot proceed on the matter, that she needs to go and file another application, because there was an order made for what she wanted on June 5th. But because the board is corrupt, and because the board is wants to assist this woman, as everyone else is doing, every city official, the police, everybody, so now they have the file open saying that the member has 30 days to make a decision. Well, he already made the decision. He had a hearing on June 5th, and he threw the matter out, but they still have the file open, as if now he wants to reverse his decision. That's outside of his jurisdiction at this point, and I will take legal action against this member, McMaster, if he go ahead and did that, because you cannot have two orders for the same thing. It's a res judicata. The matter was heard. He told her the matter was heard, and that he cannot proceed on the matter because there was already an existing order in regards to what she was seeking. So she would basically be getting a duplicate order for the same thing. So it was a res judicata matter. It was thrown out, but because the board is acting corrupt, they're in some kind of agreement with her that they're going to issue her the order that she was seeking on June 5th, even though it's a matter that cannot be heard a second time for what she was seeking. So this is corruption. It's major corruption at the Landlord and Tenant Board, and people need to be aware of how corrupt this board is. When I've seen the staff give legal advice to people who come to the desk, the front desk, they're not supposed to give legal advice. Besides, my landlord also had counsel on June 5th, and the member, McMaster, said to the counsel, her counsel, you should have known better. This is a res judicata matter. Now they have the file still open when it was thrown out. So I'm waiting for the tape. They said the tape will be available at 4:30 today. I'm waiting for the tape so that you can see that there was a hearing on June 5th and what transpired at the hearing. Normally, if the member has the file open still, you would usually say in a hearing, well, you know what, I'm reserving my decision. I will let both parties know at a later date. He threw the matter out and said, I cannot move forward. This is a res judicata matter, after I presented the evidence to him at the preliminary stage. So it did not go beyond the preliminary stage in regards to the hearing, but there was a hearing and the matter was thrown out, and he advised the landlord, you need to go and file a new application because you're seeking order number 2 when there was an order issued March 25th. So you can't get a second order in regards to this application that I'm hearing today. But this board is very corrupt, and I need to expose them because they're violating people's rights. The member and the board is tied in with the overall conspiracy in regards to this landlord. You have city official assisting her. She has a tenant living in her furnace room. The fire chief knows about it. Municipal licenses shut the place down on March 18th. She's still going. She has not given the tenants notices to move or anything because they are allowing her to continue in her illegal activities, and now they want to violate my rights and proceed on a matter that was already heard and already thrown out. That is why they have the file remain open, so that the member now have the opportunity to go and reverse his decision and now make a new order. I'm not having that because there was a hearing and he threw it out. It was a res judicata matter, and I need to expose this to the public to let them know exactly what is happening at the board. You know, there's been a transition at the board. A lot of members, former members, adjudicators at the board are no longer there because they've been acting corrupt, and you know, they're no longer there. But the new ones that came in have just picked up right where those old ones left off. And I'm someone who exposed corruption, going with government officials, and this is just one of them. So I'm here in front of the board, and I requested to see the manager, and they're telling me she's in a conference and she'll be in a conference all day, conference call. Last week I requested to speak to her. They told me that she just left the building. So they're trying to avoid speaking to me, but rest assured that this member cannot now move on a res judicata matter that he heard on June the 5th and throughout, but they still have the file open as if they wants to continue and make an order for something that was already thrown out. So I want to expose them today. This is the landlord and tenant board. I'm standing there, and you need to know how corrupt this place is, and that they're pro-landlord, you're not for the tenants. And you know, my rights are being violated right across the board by all of these people who are assisting these landlord. This landlord, Angela Sterling, she has a matter coming up in criminal court on June 24th, and in regards to me, an assault she committed against me. But for the board to want to now keep a file open that they already dismissed is just showing you their corruption, and really we should not stand for that. There's too much corruption going on with government officials and these government agencies such as the Landlord and Tenant Board, and how they assist these landlords to, you know, when they go before the board. So I'm exposing them today because I want to know why this member still has this file open after already made a decision on June 5th. And threw the matter out. Basically ended the hearing. Both parties left the hearing room, didn't proceed any further. Res judicata. He told the landlord, he told her counsel, this is a res judicata matter, I can't proceed, and you need to go file a new application. That would explain why she has not filed a new application, because they're trying to corrupt in the matter, and but I will not allow it. I will not allow it, because she already have an order issued. The matter was heard previously. There was an order issued for what she was seeking on June 5th. So there's no way they can now go and make a second order for the same thing. That's res judicata. And I will not have it. So this is Val Guillaume in front of the Landlord and Tenant Board, just exposing more corruption that's going on here.
So the basement at 8 Medford Avenue in Scarborough, TL 0005419.
Correct. Before we begin, there are some preliminary issues.
Okay. First up, what's your name, ma'am?
It's Miss Henry.
Cute. All right. And, landlord, what's your name?
Sophia Williams.
Are you acting as counsel?
Agent. Paralegal.
You're paralegal. Sorry, what was your name again?
Sophia Williams.
Sophia
Williams.
Williams. Okay, what's your preliminary?
Okay, so I want to point out to the board that the application that she's filed, that's before the board today, has already been addressed in a previous hearing, and this is the order for it. So it's basically her matter should be dismissed. It's res judicata, hearing the same matter twice. There's an order that was issued for it's identical, and the matter was already addressed previously. An order was made for the same amount of money, and she's here again for the same exact thing, which was already addressed in that order.
So she's ready. Why is this here?
Well, she has now came to me in regards to doing an L1, L9 to have.
Well, this should have been filed as an L9 then. This is completely, again, mentioning on the L1 application, mentioning things that have already been dealt with. This is res judicata.
It's what you have in your hand here, Judge, is for the rent. I was applying for the rent.
Yeah,
at that time.
but you've already got the rent for January, February,
No, she
March.
hasn't paid it.
Well, I honestly don't care whether she's paid it or not. You can't apply for the same thing twice.
But no, this is for the eviction for non-payment.
First was non-payment, and then second, I believe that she said that she's doing an L1.
No, all right. I see what she's trying to do. You cannot do that. You should have told her that.
Yes.
All right. This case is dismissed.